Hi everybody, Mom's is back again. Happy Sunday fun day. Did your team win if they played at 1 o'clock today? Mine did. Woohoo! Rams got a win on the Ravens, so that makes it a good day for me and a reason to celebrate. What I decided to do is I want to review what is honestly one of my top 5 distilleries, and that is Penelope. The one I have specifically chosen for this review is one of their more unique ones, I feel like, and that's Penelope Valencia. This took some doing to get my hands on. As you can see, I drink it very sparingly because I got lucky, and I think Nestor Liquors had it bundled, and I couldn't pass it up. So I probably paid that, higher secondary market price for it, but it is what it is. Now the Valencia and like the creme brulee and everything come out of what Penelope calls their Cooper series, and their Cooper series is basically their concept of a world tour, where they finish their bourbon in unique casks. Now this one for the Valencia, for the one that I got, is kind of a nod to Spain, if you will. And I'm probably going to butcher this, so, bear with me here. But this one was finished in Vino de Narnanya casks. So I'm guessing because it's coming out of Spain, it's called Valencia, it's, a nod to maybe their orange groves in Spain. I don't know. But anyway, this mash bill comes in at 75% corn, 15% wheat, 7% rye, and 3% malted barley. The proof on this is 108. And is there anything else that they have on it? Nope. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to use one of my, what I consider a baby blend, because this is, like I said, it was hard for me to get a hold of, so I'm savoring it as much as I can and drinking as little of it as possible. Just kind of holding on to, maybe a special occasion here and there for it. Okay. All right, let's get into this. I mean, right away, it's like orange and citrus for sure. I mean, that's no surprise. It wasn't a surprise to me given the name of it. It's almost like, no, I was going to say like some kind of a glazed donut, but no, it's more like, well, I guess maybe if they put orange glaze on a donut, that would work. No, it really comes through with the orange marmalade, citrus peel, maybe a hint of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla. I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong with like this iced or glazed type hint to it as well. Cheers. It is very citrus forward on the palate. And for me, I would expect that, just, given the name of it. For sure, orange is the leading flavor here. Almost kind of like a almost kind of like an orange buttercream. Definitely a little bit sweet. Some notes of vanilla are starting to want to come through the longer I let it sit here. It's got some pretty good fingers on it. I don't find it to be super viscous on the palate. I will say it's like rich on the palate. There's a little bit of oak that you can pick up underneath that orange cream, vanilla. If you let it sit there for a minute, it finishes sweet, not overly sweet, and I wouldn't consider it like to be in like a dessert category. It's definitely a little rich. Again, I wouldn't consider it viscous, just rich, because it does kind of sit and linger a little bit on the palate. The orange stays with you throughout the whole experience, from the nose to the palate to the finish. It's still, the orange is still there. And maybe like a little bit of vanilla as well, kind of hangs out with it. Overall, for me, and again, I know I'm a little bit biased because Penelope is honestly one of my favorite distilleries, but I would give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. And part of that reason also, not just because I might be a little biased with Penelope, but I appreciate the uniqueness of this. You know, the fact that it's, you know, finished in, you know, the Vino de Naranja casks, you know, that, you know, they put the effort in to, you know, have this finished, you know, in casks in Spain and whatnot. And you know, the proof is decent on it as well, coming in at 108. Doing a little bit of research, I found that the bottle is supposed to be right around $89.99 or $90, which to me kind of indicates that probably is close to the MSRP instead of, you know, what I paid for it. But again, I paid for it in a bundle. So, you know, I got 2 bottles of wine for, I don't know, $225 or something like that. So I wasn't too far above MSRP when I got it. But unfortunately, if you can find it, I recommend picking it up. If you can find it at a decent price on the secondary market and you're not paying $200 and $300 for it, and you can find it in maybe, you know, $100 to $125 range, yeah, for sure, you know, pick it up off the secondary market, because I highly recommend it. Right now, this is probably, I don't know where, and I need to really work on that, but this stands a really good chance of coming in my top 10 bourbons of 2025. So yeah, there you have it. My review of the Penelope Valencia out of their Cooper series. Don't forget your Hang Light gummies. Prevent hangovers, take care of your liver, fights alcohol damage. But the best thing about them is it prevents hangovers if you've possibly indulged a little too much. Like I said, I have a referral link at the top of my profile, along with a 10% discount code KIM10. So please pick them up. I did finally hear back from Present, who does the Hang Light gummies, was trying to get a hold of samples, and unfortunately they don't do that. And I get it. I don't think that they're a very large company, so with the packaging and everything and the cost, I'd probably be involved with that. I get why they probably don't make little sample packs. Maybe once I get my job situation taken care of, maybe I'll try and come up with some sample packs myself. So if people say, hey, I want to try them before I buy them, I have something that I can send to you. As my cat comes up on the table. Storm, get off my table. Anyway, so there you have it. Penelope Valencia review. I posted a video earlier today with some of my thoughts about where I want to take this account. Be sure to check that one out so you know where I'm at, just in case you see any major change come up, like a username change or anything like that. But I hope you enjoy the rest of this Sunday fun day, and as always, please drink responsibly. Cheers.